Hello, everybody. Andrew Christie here. Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to take a few minutes out of the day. One of the new services that I want to just offer my clients is to give them a monthly market update. As a real estate agent, I do have people coming up to me on a fairly regular basis asking me what's going on in the market, and I thought, you know what? It's something that I track anyway, so why not just make a video and put it out there for everybody to see and answer everybody's question as far as what's going on. And right now we do have a lot going on, and so I just wanted to share that with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at July. Obviously, we're making this video halfway through, little further than halfway through August. So the data is a little dated, but we're always going to be looking back. We're always looking backwards, not forward. We can't predict the future, but we can look at historical data, and sometimes we can get a good idea of what could happen in the future. Uh, Although there's no way to know for sure other than to wait and see what actually transpires. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on. So this is July's update, and as you can see here, this is year over year numbers. So we've got some very interesting things going on. I've been telling all my sellers that we are in a very robust market for sellers, and that's because inventory is low, but um, but demand is definitely still there. And this illustrates what I've been telling people perfectly. So the first number that we have there are active listings. The active listings year over year has declined. Right here you can see 9.99%, 9,000 units, which is 9.99% from 2018. Um, that's obviously 10%. That's significant. That's a significant reduction in listings. Um, but then if we go to the next number, pending sales, we see that has grown 22%. Pending sales has gone up 3,168 units from 2018 year over year for July, with a growth of 22%. So that's a pretty interesting dynamic there, where we have 10% fewer listings, but 22% greater pending sales. And then the next number we see here, settlement sales, those are the actual closings, how many units have closed in July versus the previous July, 3,132, which is an increase of 8.41%. Similar dynamic there. That's a number that we'd expect to see based on the pending sales. And then new construction, that's just a more focused segment of the market. That's also seeing a growth increase of 3.21%. We're seeing that the median sales price has increased by just over 4%. In 2018, the median sales price was 245,000. 2015, it was 255,000 in July. So that's if you owned a home in 2018, if you bought it in 2018 and you still own it this year, you've just seen pretty much a $10,000 increase in market value, $10,000 worth of equity, assuming that you bought it at 245. And it's average, as far as the neighborhood and the area and condition, all those things. So uh, really cool information there. Again, that's showing that our inventory is low and buyers are out there. They're definitely out there. Part of the reason behind this is the fact that interest rates are low. Interest rates started going up in 2018. We were talking about the fact that the market would start to soften. Back in 2017, I remember us talking about how, yeah, 2018, we're probably going to see a pullback in the real estate market, and we did. Interest rates did go up. They went up to just over 5%, and the spring of 2018 was actually pretty soft. And then in the fall, interest rates started coming back down. The Fed said that they were going to pause on raising interest rates, and then we saw the interest rates starting to drift back down, and we saw buyers jumping back in. And so that's all part of the dynamic that we're seeing right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more detailed information here. Total active listings. This is kind of neat to look at because this shows us from January of 2013 all the way up to July of 2019. Each month, it shows the total number of active listings, and it's kind of cool how you can see the cyclical effect, the cyclical nature of our market. Obviously, we see lower amount of inventory in 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 here. We see the lower inventory in January, and interestingly enough, we see the inventory rise up in the springtime. And so, that's one of the things that I tell my clients. Sometimes I talk to sellers and like, oh, we're going to wait till the spring. We're going to wait till the spring. Well, I mean, you can wait till the spring, but you're going to have more competition. There will definitely be more buyers out there, but you're also going to have more competition. And this chart shows that. So if we just look at 2019, January, inventory was low. May, looks like May is where it peaked, and now we're starting to go back down. That's the springtime. Everybody in the springtime is wanting to go on the market. The next chart we have here is the average days on market, and we can see that there's also that cyclical effect here. But what's also interesting about this chart is the overall trend. You see the trend from January 2015 to July of 2019, the trend is downward. The cycle is the same, but it's on a downward slope, which means that the market is getting stronger and stronger. The next chart we have here, this is the settled sales versus median sales versus HUD estimate of the median family income. So median family income is rising, but so is the home values. So the average home value in 2011, which is right at about the time that the market started to pick back up, was 195. And since then, it has climbed up to 242,500. So that's good to see that growth. Average residential listings versus month's supply of inventory. So we can see here how many listings, that's the bar, how many listings we have, or the overall supply, and then the diamond, the line with the diamond, is the month's supply of inventory. So that basically means that if we didn't have any new listings come on the market, it would take 3.82 months for us to sell through all of the current inventory. So if this number is going up, that means that the overall market is leaning towards buyers. If the number is going down, then the overall market is leaning towards sellers because there's less inventory and they're selling more quickly. And then the month supply of inventory versus the absorption rate. So on top here, we see that this is the absorption rate. The higher the absorption rate, then the faster homes are selling. And then the month supply, we want to see that be a lower number unless you're a buyer. But we want to see the month supply lower because that means it's a stronger market and there's not as much inventory. So we can see that the absorption rate is increasing. It's on an upward trend. And we see that the month supply increased up until May of 2019 of this year. And this is all just this year. But then since May, it has been coming back down. So definitely moving in the right direction. We definitely have some great market statistics for sellers. It's tough for buyers right now. It's definitely tough for buyers. I've been working with buyers where we've had a hard time finding homes for them. So you have to be a little more persistent. You have to be a little more aggressive on your offers. and in order to lock it up, because you have competition out there. So anyway, I hope you find this helpful. Um, if you know anybody, I can actually, this is for the entire Hampton Roads area, and I can drill this down to certain neighborhoods. If you live in Norfolk or if you live in Hampton, I can drill this down to a much tighter area so that you can see data that's just specific to your area rather than the whole Hampton Roads market. That can be very helpful. I know that previously when I was looking at Portsmouth, Portsmouth is very strong, surprisingly, believe it or not, but Portsmouth has experienced some very significant growth compared to other markets. So that's good for anybody living in Portsmouth, that's for sure. But yeah, if you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell, or actually probably in this case, if they own and they're maybe thinking about selling, I'd be happy to do some analysis on their area and give them an overall assessment of what their current value is and what the market time would be. But yeah, anybody that I can help, just let me know. I hope you find this helpful. And thanks for tuning in. If you like the content here, definitely feel free to share it if you know anybody else that would be interested. And if you are interested in more content like this, then feel free to subscribe. Would love to see you subscribe to the channel. And if you need to reach me, you can get me at 757-502-5077. That's my direct cell. Hope you're doing well and have a great day.